Okay, you know what is worse than remakes of movies? Or like bad sequels of movies. It's when you want to have a sequel to the movie and you never get a sequel to the movie. Take tonight's example, Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter, and I'm going to say the name wrong because they pronounce it different in the movie that I'm going to here. So don't send me any nasty letters because yes, I probably will pronounce it wrong, but that's the way it goes. But this movie, ever since I saw this movie when I was a kid, I thought this character was cool as hell. He was basically like the Wesley Snipes in Blade character, except in like, you know, old school merry old England time with no tax evasion charges, right? So it was just dude running around the countryside with a sword, cutting off vampires' heads and stuff. And he was awesome because he would just show up. He had nothing to do, right? Except he was like from the army, and he'd gotten attacked by his mom and sister when he was like came home from the army, and he'd survived the vampire bite. So all of a sudden he was like this great vampire fighter, and he's traveled around with this hunchback assistant, and he didn't have to do anything. The hunchback assistant took care of like all the details, like making his swords and like burying toads in the ground so that when they dead toads in the ground, then when they came to life, they knew a vampire was nearby. And this dude would basically, the Captain Kronos would just sit around like in meditation position and just sit there and smoke a pipe and think about how he was going to kill vampires and have sex with Carolyn Monroe. And that is one of the finest points of the movie, because I don't know if you know Carolyn Monroe is. She was like a hammer busty beauty. She was also in like one of the Sinbad movies. Super hot, giant boobs, the whole bit, you know, because every Hammer movie, of course, had like, you know, chicks with like their tops about ready to pop off. And Carolyn Monroe was one of the finest ones. And that's all he did. All he had to do was kill vampires and smoke a pipe and sleep and have sex with Carolyn Monroe. And every once in a while, he would get like super pissed off, you know, because he was like trying to get around town killing all the vampires and stuff, and it wouldn't work, and he would be all mad because he wouldn't get to kill them. And then one of his friends would get attacked by a vampire, then he would have to kill him, and then, you know, they'd go to like a bar and somebody'd make fun of his hunchback assistant, and then he'd have to go and kill them, and he'd have these great insults on the people. He'd be like, and you know, toad face, whatever crap like that. And it was funny too, because how this movie got an R rating, I have no idea, because there is no nudity except for like some brief side boob flashes. There's like, you know, PG level violence. There's no like super blood and guts type scenes. I mean, Hammer started getting, you know, once you got to like Vampire Lovers and Lust for a Vampire and stuff like that, they started, you know, really pushing the envelope of their R rating. Captain Kronos, no such luck. This could have easily been like a matinee thing, except for like some of the like vampires showing up and drinking the blood of the chicks and turning them all old and stuff, which really freaked me out when I was a kid, because it was like they didn't drink the blood and they had like the little dribbles down there. No, they turned into like old hags and stuff like that.
Well, hard to say. You see, he's been bitten on the mouth.
For God's sake, I survived the vampire's bite.
But he is not the man you are.
Marcus.
It was me, wasn't it? That girl in the forest. It was I. Oh. Yes. I'm doomed. My soul a never-ending torment. Oh. Kill me! Kill me!
If the situation were reversed, you would implore him to do the same. Kronos, this must be done. We will not be killing him. He is dead already, but his death will bring life. It will give us the knowledge we need to destroy this thing that has infected him.
For pity's sake, finish it! Finish it! Kill me!
So be it.
vampire only bleeds at the moment of its death.
Crossed.
Myself. Again.
But how did... The flame didn't touch him.
This is what killed him.
Simple cross. Made of steel.
Then we have our answer.
Yes.
And Marcus. Dear Marcus. Is at peace at last.
And I will say the one cool thing about this, when you watch it the first time, the ending is not what you think will happen, which was another cool thing. Because if one thing, Hammer pretty much followed like the formula, you know, especially once they got into like Dracula 1972 AD, once they got to like the very end of the cycles, there was just no more, I mean, you knew everything that was going to happen. It was the exact same movie every single time. And this had a pretty cool twist at the end with like the whole family of vampires. I'm not spoiling anything by telling you, because you got to watch it, because the people that you think are vampires are not, so which makes it cool. But the whole time I'm like, man, this is going to be awesome, Captain Kronos. He like, and first off, at the end of the movie, when he leaves Carolyn Monroe by herself, he's like, maybe we'll meet again. It's like, screw that. Why? You're bringing your hunchback assistant with you. You got room on that damn wagon you're driving around on, and this chick has these giant boobs. Why are you not dragging her along with you just to keep you company when you're doing your meditation and smoking your pipe while you're getting ready to bury some dead toads in the ground so you can find out where the vampires are? That's what I would do. It's not like you got to feed her a whole bunch of stuff. You just like find food along the way. You're a freaking Captain Kronos vampire hunter. They give you this stuff when you roll into town. They're giving you wine and drink and food and stuff. You can keep her filled up all day. Ridiculous. But he leaves her at the town, and that's the end. And the whole time when it ends, you're just like, and I can't wait for the next adventure of Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter. And then there never was one. But you know, now that there's goddamn Tron Legacy, however many years after that, I have hopes. I'm hoping that somebody goes, you know what? Yeah, maybe it's been almost 40 years since this goddamn movie came out, and only one person on the entire planet, me, cares about this movie, but make me a sequel, please. Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter 2. You can leave out the rave vampires, and we'll just go from there.